Hello, and welcome to the Dahlia World Gardens presentation of Seattle at Dawn, a Mage the Ascension chronicle. I am our storyteller, Tim Dahlia. Thank you for joining us. If you like our show and you want to see more, you can catch all of the magical shenanigans on our YouTube playlist. And if you're here, and while you're here, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, do all the things that make the algorithm like us. I don't know how that works, and I've been doing this for over a year and a half now. Yay! Anyway, on to Mage. As I have mentioned earlier, what you will be. That word, will, is at the heart of both pride and magic. It signifies intention, goodness, excellence. Capped off with a great big capital W, will reflects your determination to make things happen in accord with your desires. And though Crowley was hardly the first or last word in magic, he was utterly right on that score. Mages are the most determined motherfuckers on the planet. They have to be to do what they do. Now, lots of folks will argue against that. They'll say that magic comes from spirits, the gods, or technology. That it's a gift, some claim, and they are right. It is. But until and unless you're willing to use it, that gift just sits there in a box, unwrapped, unused, and unenjoyed. And what fun is being a mage unless you're willing to open that box and use what you've received? And opening that box with me tonight are our mages. Starting off with introductions, let's go ahead and let's go in some reverse order. Let's start with Wim.
Oh boy, gets to go first. I'm Wim. I use he/him pronouns, and I'm gonna be playing Vesper. They're a little bit in the thick of it, immediately planning on how to react to the situation, and haven't really thought much beyond that. They're like, okay, first in trouble, gotta get to it. So hopefully they don't just crash and burn immediately.
Excellent. Also, following in reverse order, we'll go with Scott.
Hi, I'm Scott. I play Carl Weatherman, and I go by he/him pronouns. Right now, kind of wondering what's going on with the whole maze and inside the place with the owls, and really hoping that we can do some of the saving and none of the dying. That would be nice.
I make no promises. Alix.
No promises, huh? Gee whiz. Hi, I am Alix. I use they them pronouns, and I am playing Jezzy Spinner, who just heard Ned murder somebody, which is gross. On lots of levels, including ethically. So yes. Definitely ready to take this guy out.
All right. Cindy.
Hi, I'm Cindy. I use she/her pronouns, and I play Inea Blackwell, who, for 2 sessions now, has been ready to kick some asses without bothering with names. So, I think that's where we are with Nay right now. She's ready to barrel around that corner and probably make a very big mess.
Could be messy. And finally, Billie.
Hey, I'm Billie. My pronouns are they, them, and she, her. I play Charlie Newell. Charlie's super excited and a little bit scared about what they're about to get into, but this has been all like leading up to this point, so it's Charlie's very ready.
Very ready indeed. All right. Oh. It is the eve of Christmas Eve. It is getting late into the evening of December 23rd. The 5 of you have piled into Inea's Forester, have prepared yourselves to infiltrate a poorly designed, well, not just poorly designed, it's a bad word, poorly conceived Gothic cathedral built some 100 years ago in the Seattle area. It is condemned, it is falling apart, it is no longer in any valid use, but it seems to be where the Owlwalkers have built their nest. You took some time to survey the area. You found that the entrances were guarded by apparent sleepers, and you tried to scale the side of the building to get a look in from above with Vesper's initial attempts, not successful, but eventually getting up there. And with all the observation you had and everything that you saw, you did notice that there was a correspondence ward affecting the building itself, preventing just casual entrance. With all this in mind, you moved forward and put the guards on the east facade to sleep, or south facade, sorry, the south facade to sleep. Very easily, all three of the Night Hunters just, using mind, life, and life. These people are probably never going to wake up, until, next week. It seems that way. Trying to get into the building after these sleepers were put to sleep, a unknown attacker moved to attack Carl, and in just the blink of an eye, that individual was brought down low with the quick gun work of Vesper Watts. That person is also now missing a leg, but, beggars can't be choosers. They were going to try to kill you. You could take their leg. Piling the sleeping bodies into the coat room and having to look around the decrepit entryway of this church, you noticed that there were a couple of side rooms, and looked in there, nothing of note or value, and 2 archways leading north, and a large labyrinth tiled on the ground with a owl facade in the center. Vesper, leading the group, started walking that labyrinth and successfully navigated without any troubles. Got to the center and was granted access further into the church. The group of you together went through the archways, and as you entered the center of this cathedral, you could hear the 2 younger Calhoun brothers arguing, Ned and Peter, also known as Pip. It was clear that Peter was not happy with the way things had been moving, was questioning his brother's deranged activities, and before anything could truly be done about it, you heard the gurgled choking of, presumably, Peter from around the corner, as Ned Calhoun stated, "No prag brother of mine is going to stop what we started." And I will leave the rest to you. What would you like to do?
As I hear them start to gargle, can I cast Time Warp to put myself back around? So, like, as we're walking in, kind of put myself there so that I can sprint in and at least interrupt them.
You want to rewind time for yourself.
Yes.
Okay. This is a big play. This is going to be difficult.
Just
Anything that
slightly.
rewinds time has like an automatic +3 to its difficulty. So,
Yeah, it's worth the shot, you know.
it could be worth the shot. Let me pull up the information I need for that. Out of the gate, you got me looking up stuff.
But are we really gaming if we aren't causing you to have to look stuff up?
Oh,
True.
that's perfect.
The threat of death comes matched with making you look up information.
It means we're thinking outside the box, outside of expectation. We're getting creative.
I am all about that. All right, time and distance. Here we go. Rewinding time, and this is personally for yourself. So, and this is also highly vulgar. So, difficulty on this would be yeah, I would say the difficulty on this is going to be 7, and it's going to require multiple successes.
I think it's up to 1 round per success, and then if I want to, like, spread the area and stuff.
Right. Yeah, so for 1 round, you could pull yourself back. We'll say that's roughly like 6 seconds. I mean, we'll use D&D rules for that.
Yeah, the goal is just to get back so I can cause a distraction so that they don't immediately off their brother, type of thing.
Okay. So yeah, go ahead and oh, I should mention, if you could go to your gear and go to like the graphics and just have like animated dice if you can, I understand, but I'd like to see the dice rolls. I don't know why.
Dice options.
It is more fun that way. I will give you that.
Graphics.
It is, and it looks better on screen.
Is it in Roll20 itself?
Yeah, the gear at the upper right, it's going to have a graphics option, and you can choose enable animated graphics.
Okay.
I think dice options also, yeah, enable advanced dice, 3D dice, yeah, and automatically roll.
All right.
And that should give us some
There we go.
orange dice. There we go.
With
2 successes.
Let's go.
So beautiful. 2 successes. So everybody sees Vesper fade from their perceptions. And you, Vesper, are now in the room behind them.
Yeah,
I think you were the first to go in, but now you're behind everybody.
Oh, because it works that it doesn't put me back in time, it puts me in a state back where I was.
No, you are now back in time. They don't see you. They okay. Time is weird. Let me
Okay.
From their perspective, you disappear. From your perspective, you are watching all 5 of you walking into the church.
Then I want to sprint past all of us, and then turn the corner. Do I know what Ned looks like?
You do have a.
They
do
gave
have
you
his
pictures
dossier.
Okay.
and names.
Yeah,
Mhm.
you have his dossier.
Then I'll sprint around the corner, turn my, it's already in the assault rifle mode, and then just take a shot at his shoulder.
Okay. Everybody, before you have a chance to even react to the words being said by Ned Calhoun, all of a sudden, Vesper runs past you and Vesper, gun out, and turns the corner and lets a shot off. And nobody's getting choked. I will say, for that, you're going to get 2 paradox.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because that's time. Time always gains
2
more
paradox and cursing a blue streak from Nay.
And now, well, now we have a whole bunch of things to reorganize. I have this
A
whole
whole
like,
bunch
layout
of
of the church,
things.
but I don't think we need it. I don't like it.
Is anybody else with me with that's terrifying?
Oh,
That-
and of
that-
course, yeah, go ahead. It was terrifying, and as the shot goes off, the Vesper that was standing in front of you fades as well.
Many 4-letter words, mostly under her breath, but not entirely.
I'm just kind of looking around like, what the fuck? What is going on?
Vesper's a damn jack in the box, and Nay is going to have a conversation with him. Excuse me, with them.
Yeah, like as the shot goes off, they're just saying like, I'll explain later.
True enough. All right, you got a shot. We'll call that the first action of everything. So, gun violence.
I must imagine that definitely kicked off a few things.
One or two, you know.
So yeah, give me your dexterity plus firearms, difficulty 6.
I really hate it when the little result square comes up red. Because
Yeah,
it
didn't
always
know the number.
it always makes me worry that that's a botch.
Yes, that's the first thing you think. Second thing you see is that's 2 successes. So 2 successes. Unprepared. Yeah, he's gonna get hit. What's the damage on that weapon?
That's a very good question. In the rifle mode, it is 7.
7. Okay. Get everybody's character sheets set aside. Right now, I've got it all scattered. Okay. Okay, so you get a square shot off. Goes in, hits him square in the upper right of his chest. Goes in and out of his shoulder, but seemingly he just gets knocked back a bit. And looks at you directly, and he takes some damage for sure, but definitely not what you're used to seeing when you shoot a man.
Yeah, you just give him a little wave and he stares at me. I was like, oh.
And with that, I think we are going to go into regular initiative here. So with this game, we don't roll for initiative. We're just going to use everybody's wits and alertness. But I know who goes when. But we're going to organize everybody's tokens in a way that we know what group goes first. At this point, none of you are in any type of melee, any type of physical combat, so everybody's kind of on the same scale. Kind of, ranged and spell work type of stuff. So, I figured this out. I figured this out last week, and I was ready for it. Wasn't ready this week. Go figure, right?
You are the one who stopped us.
With good reason.
I don't argue, but you are the one who stopped us. I am apparently feeling my smart ass tonight, so please excuse me. I'm just gonna sass all over the place.
Please do.
And I have killed Alix.
You're all kind of in the same tier here, so... So, top of the order is going to go to Carl. What would Carl like to do?
Well, I'm kind of freaked out at the moment because I just saw a streak and a gun go off whenever he wasn't just there a second ago.
Yeah, from your current timeline point of view, he was there, ran past you, shot, and while there were two of them, and then the one that was originally walking with you fades away. And there is the crumbled north facade of the church, and a corner to the left, a corner to the right. The one to the right is what you would know to be like kind of the stage area of the church, and the way to the left would be where the pews and the entry of the west facade would be.
Okay, first things first, I send out my data fights to go look for the two people we're looking for.
Okay. So
so
you
I send
command
out
your 3 data fights to search the church? Okay.
Yes.
And what else would you like to do?
I think I'm gonna post up near something, not too far away from where everybody is, but I think I'm gonna go to the... You said to the right is the stage, right?
Correct.
Okay, so
Not looking as good as this picture, by the way. It's much more like broken glass and debris. This was just... I don't know. I made a church.
I think I'm gonna go to the left.
Okay. You're looking
Start
for
making my way to the left.
Okay, so you move your way. You move over to find cover. What are you trying to do? Okay.
Trying to find cover.
Okay.
Because
Good.
I know there's going to be retaliation from getting shot in the shoulder and him kind of acting the way he is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. After
Okay.
getting shot in the shoulder, not acting like not on the ground or
Right.
wreathing in pain. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to, for you, make a quick wits and survival roll, because that'll help you kind of figure a good place to post up at. Just pull that. And that is 3 successes. You find really solid cover, and you do so in such a way that nobody like really sees you as you do it. So you're good to go.
Okay.
Anything else you would
Cool.
like to do?
Probably pull out some more data fights. Actually.
Okay. All right.
have them
Use
at-
this opportunity to cast Arete.
Yes.
All right. Pulling these guys is going to be. Is this a rote? It is a rote, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes. Difficulty. Okay. 1 success. So 1 data fight manifests. It forms in front of you, with the light being projected from your from Jazzy, and you can give this one any commands.
Not at the moment. He's
Okay.
going to be on standby.
Keep him on standby. Excellent.
Does that mean did I use my full turn?
At this point, yes.
Okay.
And as a vulgar spell, that does definitely bring on a bit more paradox.
Okay.
All right. Next up is Vesper, and Charlie will be after that.
I'd like to relocate a little bit farther back with a little bit of a higher elevation so I can make sure I'm kind of over people. So like this stage or something would be great.
Okay. We lost some video on Scott, but we'll continue. For the moment, you're in Scott's window. Just letting you know. All right.
Now, Scott.
Yeah. So, now we're getting back to normal. All right. So, you said you were moving to the side of the stage?
Like onto the stage, like somewhere where I'm just above a little bit, so I can kind of peek over heads if I need to.
Okay. All right. So you move up to the stage, and you see, like, standing there in the center, you are the 2 brothers. The one that you just shot, looking at you angrily. This guy with the bald head. Not that there's anything wrong with a bald head. Sorry, Scott. But this guy, very menacing looking guy. And as you move on to the stage and take your position, is there anything else that you would like to do?
I'd like to take another shot at him if I have enough actions left.
Okay. Any magic any technology that you'd like to utilize other than firing your weapon?
No, right now it's very much, oh god, the time thing actually worked. Don't try anything else. Just shoot him.
Okay. You saved
Killing
someone's
all
life,
the-
more or less. So that's a
Yeah.
good thing. I'll say, go ahead and make your shot. It's dexterity plus firearms at your range. The difficulty is still 6. Ooh, 3.
No called shots now, just shooting him.
All right. So at this point, you get a better observation of what's going on. You see that he, underneath his shirt, there is bulletproof armor underneath there. He's got some sort of flak jacket on. And in addition to that, you see kind of smoky, black, shadowy miasma kind of whirling around his feet and starting to rise around his form. And the bullet that you fire hits him and then falls to the ground.
Oh no. Yeah, just gonna stand there very like not like visibly shaken, but definitely you can see that they're like a little bit panicking of like I didn't really bring much higher caliber than this for this range.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to do?
No, not yet.
Okay. Charlie, you are up.
Okay, first thing I'm doing is looking for cover.
Okay. I'll have same wits and survival. Oh yeah, you're good at this.
Yeah. This is kind of
You're-
what Charlie does.
You are used to finding like the best place to hunker down and stay hidden and be safe from the elements. In this case, those elements happen to be bullets or other things that might be flying at your head. You see near where Carl is, there's not just some old broken pews, but also some chunks of large rock that would make a really good place to hide behind, like you were Kevin Smith in a Green Hornet movie.
Perfect.
Anybody who gets that
Cool,
joke watched too much Kevin Smith. All right, go on.
Yeah, I want to get over there, and then what I want to do is to use my life and correspondence magic to cut off the blood flow to his brain. Ned, that
Okay.
is.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, you managed to get to the rock. He's otherwise occupied by Vesper's gunshots. You can make an attempt here with an arete roll and then tell us how you craft this will work.
Well, the first thing that I do is I have a vial of mushroom powder. I take a little bit of that and I sprinkle it on my wand, and then I take a little bit and I eat a little bit of it, and then I use my wand and do a like specific motion.
Switch
Point
and flick.
the wand at Ned, and concentrate on the idea of the blood of the artery, and it's slowing and slowing.
Okay. Gotcha. I will have.
Okay, so let's get over here and roll some air.
Yeah, roll your arete, and of course you can spend 1 willpower to get an automatic success, and any quintessence to lower the difficulty, which in this case is going to be standard difficulty on this is going to be 7.
Okay, let's spend a willpower and a quintessence. This seems important.
Okay.
Gonna make that 6. Let's do this. Come on. Oh, no!
Okay. So, you spent willpower for the normal success, so you do get 1 success. Which brings this to 0 successes.
Yeah.
But not a full-on botch.
Not a botch.
You feel the paradox energies start to build up around you, and you almost... Things went wrong. You actually... Fate, whatever it was, is determined for somebody to be choked tonight. And your magic nearly backfired and caused it to be you. I will say that backlash doesn't happen in terms of actual any damage, but you feel the tightness around your throat as you cast a spell, and you quickly pull off before you do more damage to yourself. Anything else? Well, not much more you can do, but
No, there's nothing else I can do after that.
yeah, you almost yeah. That's the dangers of that. All right, moving on. Looks like it is time for Inea.
Okay. I am looking for, I'm gonna get around the corner. Digging cornmeal out of a pocket while I'm moving, and I'm looking for Pip.
Yeah, he has been pushed to the side by Ned and is kind of behind him a little further on the stage.
Okay. I'm going for Pip.
So
I'm
you're
gonna try and get.
Are you running towards?
Yes, but I'm
Okay.
trying to angle for. I'm aiming to get behind Pip
Okay.
if I can.
Okay. Yeah, we'll have
And I'm
like
also-
an athletics check, but yeah.
I'm also doing the gun run, as low as possible.
Yeah.
Yes, that. When I get to him, I guess I got to roll for that first.
Yeah, let's have a dexterity since there's lots of debris. And it's not primarily about speed. It's more about getting there safely. So yeah, dexterity plus athletics. Difficulty 7 with all the debris.
Three successes.
Yeah, you slip past Vesper and climb onto the stage, and in quick time, you actually manage to skirt around the larger area to be pretty close to Peter.
So I'm going to. My aim is to put him to sleep, so I'm reaching for the back of his neck with my empty hand. To grab the back of his neck for physical contact, to use life to basically just flood his brain with serotonin and melatonin, put his ass to sleep. And
Okay.
at the same time, using the cornmeal as my medium, I'm just gonna dust him with it. Which means that
Okay.
we're both probably breathing it at this point.
That's perfectly fine. Go ahead and roll your arete.
Only if my sheet will cooperate. There we go.
This is a vulgar working. So difficulty would be 7. But
Am I
you do all
adding
sorts-
life to it or leaving that?
If it were a rote, you would be adding but
Okay.
since it's not, unless you have the sleep rote, I don't know.
I don't. I hate that red square. Oof!
Oh no.
I should have said I wanted to use a willpower, but I forgot to say that.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay. You.
We are establishing a pattern here. One action gets fabulous successes and the next one totally botches.
That sounds about right. But it's okay. Like I said, everything in balance, right?
No, we need to not balance it like this. This is not how we want to balance that.
So, something about this space, it's not familiar. It's not your normal, everyday material world. Things aren't quite aligned correctly with how you do your work. And you go to put Peter to sleep and blow the cornmeal in their face. And you immediately sense, because you have that ability with Prime and your avatar, and you hear Morrow howl a warning, and Paradox is coming for you. You have an option. You can, I believe, spend willpower and the backlash will hover. Backlash will still happen no matter what, but you can prevent it from happening now.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Okay. From this point onward, you are on borrowed time. Every additional point of paradox that you gather will add to the oncoming backlash as well.
Okay.
Alright, so spend the willpower and the spell backlash, so that's a... Oh, yeah, that also is a thing. Because it collects some of its own paradox because of that. On a botch, vulgar with witnesses. Okay, so that's going to be... Yeah, you accumulate an additional 4 points of paradox as well.
Oof. Oops.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
starting to get
that's a lot of ouch.
That's into the northern portion of the wheel.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Anything else you would like to do, Inea, as you choke and kind of cough on the cornmeal that you threw into the air?
Well, I am still gonna grab Ned by the back of the neck, by like his collar.
Peter?
Yeah, Peter.
Okay.
That's who I meant. And kind of drag him out of the line of fire, and also, hopefully, something resembling cover.
Okay. Fair enough.
And then I'm just gonna say, stay down, stay out of the way. Because he was trying to help Jennifer. So he's on my shit list for being related to this bastard, but he's not as shitty so far.
He was handing out pamphlets that said hate other people, so,
But that's a different level of shit than Ned's level of shit.
I mean, there is a hierarchy there, for sure. Okay. Jezebel.
Okay. I would like to disappear.
Disappear.
I've
Okay.
been
Bye. No.
Yeah, my no, my have you seen a road? I want to go ahead and do that. And then try to sneak to find some cover where nobody can see me, so nobody will know where I am.
Okay. Yeah, for you, this is going to be rolling your arete and the dice pool mod of 4, because you are on joy.
Yes.
And
The difficulty is still 6. What is the difficulty?
We have this written down.
Is it still 6?
It should still be 6. Yes.
Okay, cool. And I need 2 successes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, come on. Ah. Okay. I got a 1 in there somewhere. Yeah,
You've
okay,
got
that's cool.
1 accumulated success.
That's fine.
So you start your dance, and everybody in the area can hear the tinkling of jewelry. I would say for you, since you're not you're trying to find cover, I'll have you do the same wits and survival roll to find decent cover. But you're not doing it as stealthily as,
Right. Wits and survival. And I learned my lesson. I'm gonna spend a willpower just in case. Cause woof. And what is the difficulty?
6.
6.
Hmm?
Okay, good.
3, 4 successes. Yeah, you find another. This looks like it's a podium that was on the stage at one point, and it's kind of fallen over, but it's a good place to kind of keep your head down at.
Okay, and I'm on the stage, right? Can I see Ned and where am I in relation to Ned and
Right. So, if you're looking at the stage, Ned is near the center, to your right. Pip and Inea are a bit behind him to the left, and to your right is Vesper, and you are hiding behind the podium that would be near the front.
Cool. Cool beans. Can I do another thing, or is that it?
That's pretty much all you can really
Okay, cool. Just wanted to be
realistically
sure.
do. Yeah. You've
wanted to be
danced your way to the podium. You're collecting successes to keep yourself hidden from others that would be affected by that mind effect.
Did my little
And-
shimmy shake.
Keep in mind, all of you can still communicate telepathically thanks to Jezebel.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna let everybody know. I'm gonna try and scream in his head.
Okay. So everybody gets a bit of an update that Jezzy has the plan to scream in their head. All right. Anything else? I think that.
No, that's it for now.
Okay. At this point, Ned is super angry. I can't do anything right. Oh no. Gotta find his notes. He's got notes. Yeah. So, Ned looks over, looks down at his shoulder, and looks down at the bullet casing, or the bullet itself, actually, that has fallen to the ground, and he just looks up. Well, well, well. Look who's come here to join the party. And the shadows that have already started swirling around him grow, and the familiar owl shape, wings outstretched, swirl around him, and his eyes start glowing a shade of crimson, and he motions to Vesper. And two successes. Vesper, you feel a squeezing on your chest, and you have the air kind of knocked out of your lungs, and you can taste metal in your mouth, and you take 2 points of lethal damage.
Very nice.
Which is the X's. So you would go from bruised to hurt. And Ned then screeches, and you can see the shadowy form of the wings start to fuse and meld with his body, and no longer part of the spirit world. They are now actually a part of his body. And that's probably enough for now. Pip. Oh, what's Pip doing? Oh yeah. Pip's like, what the fuck, what the fuck, what the fuck? And he gets down and he crawls on the ground with Inea. And now we are going into the next round. The next round has Inea and Pip kind of in the same space. Well, let's get everyone's intents. So far, nobody's in like actually any fighting physical combat, other than Inea and Pip. But what are you intending to do, Inea?
Okay, well, as soon as I have an opportunity, I'd like to get my taser out of my cargo pocket, and with the intent of at least distracting Ned.
Okay, so I think we are actually in this particular case, with this number of players, and we're just going to keep with the initiative that we have here. Nobody's in any different groups at this point. So moving on, that is Carl's go. Carl, you are hiding behind a broken wooden pew, and you've got your minion manifested next to you.
Right. So I basically think out on the chat, oh my god, he has wings. Do you want me to just try to clip his wings. Does anybody have an idea?
I mean, if you could, to just in case he decides to use those bad boys to try and go somewhere. We want him here. We want him dead.
Okay, because I think I'm going to throw my data fight. How close to him am I? Tim?
I'd say you're probably about 50 feet, maybe
50 feet.
maybe 40 in that range.
Okay, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw my data fight and I'll tell it to consume his. Well, first off, I want it to like go for his wings, which will be enough of a distraction. So I'm going to throw the data fight at him and hopefully get the data fight close enough so that he can like crawl up and get to his wings and like scratch, consume, whatever it can do.
Okay. All right. How do you do that? You gonna take the data fight and throw it like a frisbee?
Pretty much, I'm going to take it and say consume his wings, and I throw it at him, hoping to actually hit him.
Okay.
Which I'm hoping is going to be enough of a distraction so he doesn't kill Vesper. And if that's my only action, then yeah, I want to make it a good one.
All right. So you take your single data fight. The other three are searching the rest of the church, and you chuck it. As it flies, it lets its it knows what's happening, and it lets its legs kind of revert back, and you throw this strange plate with teeth towards Ned, and I have visions of the plate throwers from Dark Tower, and there's a whistle as you throw it.
Yeah.
And it lets its arms go, and it latches on to the wings of Ned, and they start trying to do some. Let's see. They are going to.
Chew him like a piece of doublemint.
So they do. They start trying to consume the spiritual energy around there, and they do manage to take a bit from this powerful.
Double the flavor, double the fun. Oh my god! I'm sorry, that totally went through my head.
Oh,
Yes.
goodness.
That is fine. All right, and you definitely see there's some blood starting to trickle down from where the data fight is consuming, as the wing starts to flap but hasn't quite gotten any real purchase against the air current. Anything else you'd like to do there, sir?
I can't remember just because I'm not looking at my sheet.
Mm-hmm.
Don't I have like a hellfire something?
Hellfire something.
Is it the rote?
You do.
I would like to aim that at his feet.
Okay. Yeah, you can definitely see into the spirit world, and you can see the owl that is a part, of Ned. It's almost as if there were like two creatures taking the same space, and you are capable of doing direct damage to it with your tools. So, how would you like to do this?
I would like to do some hand motions and chanting to be able to conjure this up and then toss it at it. Almost like a, lob it like a grenade.
Okay. So you take some of the bits of electronics equipment and gear that you carry around with you, and you, after you throw the frisbee, you quickly try to construct a capacitor that can take in the spiritual energies that you are going to explode upon the spirit that is possessing Ned. So with that, the difficulty is 6, Arete plus spirit. So let me do that. And did you want to spend any quintessence to lower the difficulty, or willpower to increase?
Definitely willpower.
Okay. So the willpower. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So with this, you've got 2 successes, 2 failures, and the 1 willpower. So not a failure, but you take that grenade, and I'm gonna have you do a dexterity plus athletics for the lob. Not terribly difficult. All right, finds the area. You throw this capacitor that you've taken from some old CRT television, and you toss it, and you wait, and there is a not a big explosion, but you can see the shadowy owl being in the spirit world recoil, and you feel like you did something to it.
Just nothing.
Not as much as
big.
you know you could have.
Right. Like shit, and just kind of duck back down behind cover.
Alrighty. Following that, Vesper, you're up.
Yeah, gun doesn't seem to be working very well, considering that the bullet just bounced off of him. So Vesper's gonna holster the gun real quick and then fiddle with the watch and then go and try and hit them with like both palms and cast Dillion's Haze. Which I added up a second ago and scrolled away from. By altering the time around the victim, the mage disrupts their concentration so badly that all their dice pools are, for the duration, are bound by willpower. So essentially just disrupting concentration and making things harder for him to do stuff.
Okay. And that is through time?
It's through time and entropy.
Okay. Yeah.
Three
Absolutely.
times two
Go ahead,
entropy.
roll your enlightenment. Difficulty, as this is going to be against their... Is it against their willpower? Or... It's affecting their mind, kinda.
Yeah, and if it succeeds, it'll bind everything to the willpower, so I feel like it should be.
I think the regular difficulty is going to play a part here. So... Let's say difficulty is 7. But of course you can do other things to make that less difficult.
I'll spend just 1 willpower and
Okay.
hope for the best.
Okay. Difficulty 7, roll your enlightenment. Alright.
Yeah, that's
So
3
that
successes.
Is a grand total of 3 successes. Did the spell say how many it required? Or...
It doesn't on the notes that I
Okay.
have.
Okay. Let me find out. What was the name of that?
Delian's Haze, Delian
Okay, yeah.
apostrophe S.
Yeah, this is one of those old spells from like the Order of Reason.
Yeah, you know, time and that. Gotta pick up the history books.
Or Delian's Haze. Yeah, I'd say 3 is enough. Absolutely. All right, so yeah, you have just bound all of their future roles for the scene um, to their willpower. That sucks for me. Okay. This is why you don't play mage, people. You can never predict what anybody with time or entropy or correspondence or any of them are going to do. All right. Anything else you'd like to do there, Vesper?
Probably take a few steps back, just to be out of immediate them flailing range.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, you using your equipment, you have your Men in Black equipment, and you have essentially like a neuralizer, and you use that to scramble the probabilities and their own perception of time, where they have to like do a double take every time they try to do something, um, drastically decreasing their effectiveness. Charlie, now it's your opportunity.
Well, Charlie would like to do something that I think will eventually be a rote that I'll call Invisible Touch, where he reaches out and grabs right hold of your heart.
Okay. Okay.
So, similar to what we did last time, but this is a like in the respiratory, it's cardiovascular, and just grab that circulatory system and just squeeze.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Go ahead and roll your Arete difficulty. This is definitely vulgar. 7. You don't even need 4 correspondence to do this. You just need the 3. But okay, that's 2 successes. You reach out with your connection to the mycelial network and the connections that you make, and there's definitely mildew and mold in this church, and the spores that have been breathed in by a person who's been living here, you absolutely have a solid connection to their biorhythms and their functions, and you can tell he probably eats too much red meat. And you begin to squeeze, and with that, he does grimace, and he kind of starts to fade a bit. And he clutches at his chest. Does enough to do another So you had 2 successes. That's a significant amount of lethal. And he's having a hard time breathing. His counter magic did not function as well as he had liked.
Yeah.
Because he had to roll 5 dice instead of whatever else I was going to roll. So, that being
Take
said,
that.
take that, you fucking Nazi. All right. Also, yeah. Actually, yes, that is fine. Inea, anything? Oh, anything else you want to do, Billie, before we moved on?
Nope, that was it.
All right. Well, Inea, you're up.
All right, so I am. Am I within range of Ned for the taser?
You can be.
Because he's not looking so hot right now, is he?
No.
Yeah, I think I'd like to hit him with the taser.
Okay. And this is one of those that's got like the you can shoot a pin at range, or you could run up and actually tag.
Oh, how far away from him am I?
I mean, you're close enough to smack him if you wanted to.
Okay, so that being said, I would like to reach out and touch and zap. In a leg, because I know he's wearing body armor.
Okay.
So I'm aiming for a leg.
All right. So I would say this is going to be dexterity plus martial arts versus his willpower, because that's all he's got.
This is me being not sorry. I'm not sorry. Hi, Mr. Gremlin. What do you... Why? Why now? You're not making this easy, sir. What was the difficulty? I'm sorry.
This is a like a punch almost, so difficulty 6.
Thank you. Two successes.
-1 success.
Yes!
So that is
Yes.
so he's gonna soak. All right. So, Nay, you sneak up behind this winged man as he, is clutching his chest, and you go and you punch at his leg, and he tries to dodge out of the way, but his balance is way off. He's taking too much from too many different directions, and he's confused by time not flowing correctly, and he takes 5 bashing from your taser, which you see the body of the man Ned start to fumble and fall forward before the wings straighten and lift up, and the now unconscious body of Ned takes on the full visage of a shadowy owl.
Oh. Oh, shit monkeys. I was hoping for a cardiac arrest,
And
not Big Owl Man.
you
Oh,
hear
shit.
the scream of this now fully materialized dark spirit in this church, and it echoes through the chambers. But Ned Calhoun is unconscious, so you don't have to hear his ass.
I would like to say that that's reassuring, but perhaps not so much.
Probably not.
Okay. Well,
So-
have I got the capacity at this point in my turn to roll away from this mess that just exploded in my face?
Well, it's hovering above you, so yeah.
I just want to get out from beneath it.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Jezzy. Ned Calhoun falls unconscious and his body starts to float in the air as the shadowed wings and the entity that is his owl avatar, Shard, fuses into reality, materializes around him. He's almost puppeteered in the air. His limbs start convulsing as claws and talons form on his hands and feet, and his face elongates into a beak. And he screams into the church.
Fuck, man. Okay. That just completely derailed what I was gonna do. Okay, This is a spirit, right? Materialized. Does it have a physical form?
Well, it does now.
So it's just a creature. Like a thing we can touch, right?
Yes.
Can I... Tim, you're going to have to tell me if this is okay. As Inea is rolling away from this thing, can she just say into the collective telepathic channel, whoa, he's out, but the owl is in control now. It's using his body.
Yeah, absolutely.
And there's a heavy tone of bordering on panic. There's a lot of fear there.
Yeah, same. Like I can literally feel my pulse accelerating. Crazy. Okay. Can I... Fuck it. I want to Kamehameha this bitch.
Okay. I see Scott.
Fuck being
like,
invisible. Like, I'm just gonna do a little blast here. A little blasty
Little-
blast.
It's a little blast. It's okay.
Yeah, just a smidge.
Okay. Yes, you can do that.
Irritate plus pride.
I'm just gonna do this paper. Sorry, go ahead.
Irritate plus... What is my pride? 6. The difficulty isn't changed at all, right?
No.
Okay, cool. Yay! 4 successes. I have 1 quintessence. Just 1.
Oh wow. 4 successes, looks like. Excellent.
Mhm.
All right. So the manifested physical form that is this owl shard, um, you jump forward and you let loose you scream your kami kami ha,
Mhm.
because this is all about that experience. This is about that fight that you watched for years on Cartoon Network,
You
and
say it now, bitch. Let's go.
and you let it go. And with 4 successes, that is 8 levels of damage. So
Oh shit.
okay. Oh yeah, it does. It does soak some of it. Obviously, it's not.
Yeah.
It's just got its own form, but yeah, you see shadowed feathers kind of fly off, and um, it screeches again, and now it is its turn. Spirits are so weird because they work differently than everything else. Okay. What is this? Okay. So the two that are closest to this, which happens to be Inea and Vesper, I'd like each of you to roll willpower.
Equal to 6.
Yes.
Not great. Not great.
For each of you, the room twirls and rotates and spins, and you see a kaleidoscope of different colors. And you are disoriented. I'd say any actions are going to have a negative, -1, or rather a +1 to its difficulty. Inea for, actually no. Yeah, we'll say it this way. We'll say a +1 difficulty for Inea and a +2 difficulty for Vesper. So the spirit spends some of its essence for that, and then it also got all these abilities and nothing I can use. But it is furious, and it definitely sees the most visual attacker being Jezzy. So they descend and are going to attack. Your Kamehameha had 4 successes? Yes.
Somebody is still wearing Nay's physical protection
Mm-hmm.
spell.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's going to be +2. There's going to be basically 2 dice subtracted from that.
That disorientation, is that a mental effect?
You're right. So, Inea, you're fine. Vesper, +1 difficulty instead of +2. Thank you for reminding me there, Alix.
Oh, yay! Okay, cool.
Actually, no, it doesn't need to do anything. You've already hit it. And it's already taken the hit. And it's already done its thing. So, Pip is just cowering on the ground. Carl. Actually, I'm going to roll this before. Charlie, Carl, and Jezebel. Each of you get that feeling that you're all very familiar with, having sensed the paranormal and spirits and the like, and you turn around and you see 2 other shadowed figures coming from the inner reaches of the church.
Oh, shit.
Answering the call of the Alshard spirit. Are going to be these fellas.
I recognize that one. He was a survivor at the Winterfest.
Yes, indeed.
Maybe they both were?
No, just one of the 2.
Just the one? Okay.
Yeah. But now this is a new round. I'm going to say that they have gotten close enough to both Charlie and Carl that they would be in physical range of actions. So their intent is to physically attack. But I'm going to add them to the rosters here, and we're going to figure out what everyone is doing.
First thing I say, do I see them coming up?
Yes.
Okay, first thing I say is, oh, Wink, I need your help.
Okay. And all right, so you were. So let's figure out positions at this point, I suppose, because that's always how this is going to go first. Physical. I'm going to say for sure. But we're gonna say, yeah, let's put this in the upper corner. So these four definitely in the upper corner are going to be more in physical melee range. Doesn't mean you can't cast a spell or whatever. It just means that that's going to be how we're resolving that. Same thing, I suppose. The owl. Yeah, the owl is still hovering in the center and kind of can have range on people. What is your intent, Inea? Are you gonna go for physical, or are you gonna try and like back off and do range? How's that gonna work?
So intent is that I'm going to find whatever meager cover is like immediately available to me. And I think I'm probably going to attempt to call on the wind weasels.
Okay, so we'll put you in the range category. The owl is going to fly towards Jezzy, and that's just going to put Jezzy in the physical area, leaving Vesper. How are you going to handle this?
With gun.
With a gun at range. Got it. Okay. So we'll put you in the same area as these guys.
Question.
Yes.
Is the data fight doing any type of damage?
It is.
Okay.
All right. So, in order of operation here. Yep, all good. Carl, you go first. You were able to see this owl guy. We'll call him Gary. Gary's going to come at you, and he's going to try to attack you. What are you trying to do?
I'm gonna defend, but I am calling to Winky. Like, Wink, I need some help. I need some help, dude. I need some help. So
Okay.
I guess whenever the thing gets close enough, I'm going to try to, whatever it decides to do, I'm gonna try to throw it.
Okay, so you're going to do a counter. Okay.
Yeah.
So, pull up Gary's character sheet. Okay, Gary. Spend willpower. And he comes up really quick, and he's going to make 2 attacks on you.
Oh.
You can probably do a brawl attack against one of them,
Right.
or both, but you would have to split your dice pool to take the 2 actions.
Well, I definitely, if I can, maneuver one to possibly cover me from the other one.
Okay.
So if there's 2 coming at me, right?
Well, yeah,
Or
he's got
2
2.
coming at us.
Not that you would know, but yes, 2 attacks are coming.
So at least with the one, I would like to counter whatever
Okay.
it is that they're doing. Full on counter.
Excellent. Okay. So they're going to make their brawl attack. and they completely whiff it. You manage to sidestep it without any issues. So they go in and make their second attack. And this is the one that you would be able to counter if it even hits. Which it does, 2 successes. So for you to do hip toss, one success. So they manage to get the advantage on you, and you try to block and get out of the way so that you could grab their arm. But so that was the first attack. You managed to get out of the way of that, but the second one comes in and they get a solid hit into your gut. You are going to take 2 bashing damage for that. They don't seem to have any claws or weapons activated at this time.
Okay.
But that ends your turn and their turn. So storyteller characters go second. So Charlie, this mustachioed owl man is coming at you, and he's with the intent to attack. What are you doing? He does have talons and a big beak.
Oh, I'm just gonna like push him back. I mean, not like physically touch him, but like with correspondence magic, push him back.
You're just gonna, yeah. All right.
Yeah,
Yes.
get the hell away from me.
Yeah, roll your irritate. If you're just adding just straight correspondence, just a push, there's no real damage other than like what they may incur upon a fall. So yeah, roll irritate, difficulty. I mean, just a standard push like this would be difficulty 6. It is still vulgar based on how it's being used, but yes. All right.
Yeah.
3 successes. They do get the small opportunity to try and, well, you know, I mean, honestly, no, they don't have any way of countering your abilities at this. So with a wave of your wand, you just flick and they go flying back 10 feet and they take a couple of points and some bashing damage. And they don't look like they were in the greatest of shape either. They are still healing from their encounter with you a few days ago. There we go.
Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking coming at me this time.
They don't really have much of a choice. Okay. Jezebel. The large shadowy owl creature has descended into your space, and it looks like it is going to try and claw at you. And you've seen this thing move with alacrity, so you know it can definitely move and make multiple attacks in a small amount of time.
I'm gonna run. I'm not stupid. I'm gonna run. I never wanted to be this close in the first place. Like, yo. So yeah, I'm gonna run. I'm gonna run and see if I can get like probably near Pip and behind Nay.
Okay. So you're gonna run forward towards Pip and Inea.
Yeah.
All the while trying to dodge its attacks. Gotcha. Its first attack. Wish I had character sheets for spirits. It's weird. It doesn't work that way. I'm going to say for... It's going to attempt to claw you twice and bite. So that's going to be a... I'm going to just put that into one dice pool. And that will be that. Let's see. It's fair. Okay, that's fair. All right, total of 3 successes. Go ahead and roll your dexterity plus athletics.
Athletics. I feel like I don't have. Yeah, not really.
You've got some.
What's bugging? I have a fair bit.
Yeah.
What is the difficulty?
Difficulty is going to be 6. But these are lethal claw attacks.
Oh. Okay. Not a botch. Not a botch. Okay.
Yeah, in this case, doesn't matter much.
No, it doesn't.
So, let's see. And Jezzy, soak 1 bashing. Were you weren't at all enhanced against lethal damage, I don't think.
No. No.
But you do have the
I just did the mental stuff.
Yeah, there's the physical shield that you have from Inea.
Yeah.
Okay. So instead of taking the full 4 lethal damage, you take 3 lethal damage.
What is the lethal damage again? Is it the X?
Those are the X's, yeah.
Okay.
So that'll bring you down to injured.
Okay.
But that was the most it could do to you as you were trying to run away from it and dodge. You managed to get to where Pip and Inea are as it was coming at you from above.
Okay, cool.
As
I
you
work
hear
better at a range.
in your gamery head, you hear Veni Veni Venius over and over again in a high falsetto voice. I can't do the voice. I can't. But I keep you.
I got you. Boss battle.
All right, now we're at the ranged combatants. Vesper, you're first.
I feel like they'll be able to take care of the 2 that just joined. And I'm definitely much more wary of the massive owl thing that just took over someone's body. So I'm gonna try bullets again, but this time in the sniper form.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and hit it in its eye to blind it, if possible. We'll blind it 1 eye.
Okay. That's a bit of a called shot. Let's see. How is that going to work? I know it does. I've got the... So are you going to take extra turns to aim at this, or are you just going to sniper up and shoot in 1 round?
Just gonna quick scope it.
Quick scope it. All right. Any special bullets?
Just the higher caliber sniper rounds. I didn't have any specific ones because I didn't know. I didn't expect to be fighting spirits. I didn't think they'd be able to get damaged by bullets normally. But
Normally
this
can't,
one
but
seems-
this one has manifested in this space. No, there was. All right, and you're trying to like hit the eye. You're targeting
Yeah.
that location. Okay. So the normal difficulty is 6. To be this precise, the difficulty is 9. But it adds 3 dice to the damage.
Yeah. I thought the normal difficulty for my sniper was 4 instead of 6, or is it just because I'm not aiming?
So normally the difficulty is 6 at normal distance. 4 if you're point blank.
Oh, okay. That is. Yeah. Yeah, alright. That'll be fine. So,
So,
9 you said?
yeah. So you can use your time magic to give you time to aim,
Yeah.
and that would lower the difficulty.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that.
I think
Then
that
use-
would be a valid use of your abilities.
Yeah, I didn't think it'd jump all the way to 9. Yeah, I'll use accelerate time to give me a moment to aim.
Okay, so this is magic informing in action, so go ahead and do the rote first, which in this case is going to be your enlightenment plus 3. Difficulty, since you're only affecting yourself, and it's vulgar, is going to be 7. But you can spend quintessence to lower that.
And then it's one of my usual rotes. Did I
Yes.
gain anything from that?
Well, you're getting the ability to add in your time as a
Oh, okay.
as a dice
I
pool
get it.
modifier.
So there will be more dice rolled. Then I'm gonna spend quintessence.
Okay, so that'll lower the
So let's-
difficulty for
Yeah,
you.
just one.
Yeah, by 1. So from 7 to 6.
Okay, that should be more possible. For a second I thought I was gonna be rolling with the 2 dice. I was gonna be like, not great odds. Yeah, alright, that'll be fine. And then it's the DP mod that I add time into.
Yes.
3, 6. Four. Plus 2.
Plenty of
6
successes. That's 6 successes. Yeah, you can feel all the time around you slow, and you can feel your breathing, and you take that gun, and what would normally seem like, a nice, controlled, careful shot, you're taking, for you, it feels like you're taking like 10, 20 seconds to line up and aim and get things aligned. You are able to take this shot at the eye now with a I'm going to say, instead of the difficulty 9, it'll go back down to 6.
Oh, that'll do. 2.
All right, so that's 1, 2 successes plus the 3 from the target and the additional 4. So that is additional 9. Sorry. Okay. You do 14 levels of damage to this. That is a significant
Time to go boom.
Yeah, you take a hearty. You feel the bullet escape the barrel, and you get that kickback, and the bullet rushes forward. You can almost see it piercing through the air as it enters the eye of the owl, and then out to the other side. And it half of its head is now missing. It's still clawing and trying to attack Jezebel, but it is now, well, minus half a head. And the screech that it lets out at that is ear piercing. I'd say you have everybody in the room make a willpower check. Difficulty 6. You just need one success. All right.
4 successes.
Yeah, it looks like everybody does well. Let me get Carl's here.
Just another day at the range.
Seemingly so. All right. Also, Vesper, I'm going to add another paradox because you used time magic, and that is rough. There's almost no instance of using time that's not paradoxical. But each of you feels the fear of the owl, and you actually almost sits within you and almost paralyzes you. But each of you manages to break off and subdue that fear within. That being said, Nay, it is now your turn.
Okay, Nay wants to double check that Charlie and Carl still look like they're doing okay.
They seem to be holding their own against their attackers.
Okay. And then she's
Except for Carl, who got hit in the stomach, but you know, he's not like bleeding.
I'm going to do the rote that I talked about. The
Mad
Kaze no Kama.
Oh yeah, the wind weasels. Yes,
Yes.
my favorite.
Which means that another pouch comes out of a pocket. It's cornmeal and tobacco mix, dropped in a circle around her,
Excellent.
and fingers in her mouth for a piercing whistle.
Excellent. Yeah. All right, go ahead and roll your arete plus your rank and
Plus
forces.
Let me double check that because I can't for the life of me. Ah, there it is. And I add that to DP mod, correct?
Correct. The base difficulty is 6, I believe. Yes.
Yes.
But you can lower that with quintessence, and you can spend willpower for an automatic success.
I am spending a willpower, and a quintessence.
Okay. Does require 4 successes, so.
I completely did that wrong. Let me try that again.
You're good. All good.
Difficulty goes down to 5.
Yes.
Ah!
There you go. 4 successes.
Yes.
So, You do take an additional paradox.
Yay.
Because there are weasels constructed of wind that begin to swim and dance in the air around you. And they...
I send them at the owl.
They immediately leap towards their target and start start attacking and clawing and biting. Let's see, number of weasels is dependent upon number of successes, but required successes is 4. So how many weasels should that be?
So a number of successes, so that would be 4, probably.
Yeah, I think we can go with that. All right, so I'm going to have the weasels attack. 4 of them, each of them. This is similar to the crows that Charlie brought in from the last fight.
It seems like so long ago. It was like 3 days ago or 4 days
Game
ago,
time,
something
yeah.
like that. Yeah.
All right, so these weasels end up doing an additional 5 damage to the essence of this being. So in conjunction with the expert sniper shot, the Kamehameha, the data fight that is still gnawing on the back of this creature, and these wind weasels all chewing at the spiritual essence that is this materialized owl form, this grotesque man owl creature. It is looking hurt and very pissed off. And
We're going for more hurt than pissed off, but
well,
you
I
know,
mean,
if they rise on the similar arc, because that would make sense. Okay, but let's keep the pissed off a little lower than the hurt. Can we do that?
I agree. Pip, he manages to get to his feet and he starts running out towards the exit of the church. This is way too much for a normal person to even handle. In fact, I never made his willpower. I should have. Oh yeah, he's got the will to run away. And now we've got...
I think that should be the will and the sense, which
That
may
is
be a
true.
new thing for him, considering what got him here.
Well, it's not every day you see your brother turn into a shadowy owlbird thing. Okay, Carl, you have just been punched in the gut. You get the first chance of action against Gary. What would you like to do to Gary? If you want to do
Well-
anything, you can also like run away and cast magic, whatever you like.
Oh no, I would like to. He hit me in the stomach basically. So am I like doubled over? Am I on the ground or anything like that? Or
It was enough to push that hard. So I mean, it was a couple of good gut punches, but you've got some martial arts training. You're able to soak that.
and I would like to use that martial arts training to get back at him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So martial arts technique.
And while I'm, trying to, whatever it is, trying to hurt him back, I am still thinking to myself and kind of muttering, Wink, where the hell are you? I need some help, Wink. Help me out.
What do you expect me to do here, man? I'm just a clown.
Advice. Some buffing. Hell, even throw a rubber chicken. Something. Could you help me out? Can you help a brother out?
Alrighty, Carl. It's your funeral.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're looking to punch this guy?
I'm looking to punch this guy and get him off of me and from around me. So yeah, trying to just
Okay.
like get him that way.
All right. So with the appeal to your avatar, we're gonna say that you are summoning some wild magic. So this is gonna be Arete. One success. So we're gonna you're gonna punch him, and that's normally Dex plus martial arts. But with your cry out to Mr. Winky and the subsequent surge of magical energy you feel, we're gonna add some dice to that as well. So let's punch with a DP mod of 2. All right. So you turn to try and take action against this grotesque owl man, and your punch, you could feel there's additional power and energy behind it. You sense like the spirit of Winky, and as you go, you connect with his face, and then you hear
I thought I knew it.
just a little squeaky horn sound. And Gary, who takes the hit, then goes to hit you back. And Gary manages to land one of his punches, but due to both Inea's spirit protection and Winky, all you hear is another squeak as he hits his it almost feels like he hits rubber. So it worked, just not necessarily how anybody would ever have wanted or expected.
A bike horn.
Hey,
Yeah.
your avatar's a clown. That's your fault.
I agree.
All right, that brings up Charlie. You've whisked
Okay.
away your enemies with the wave of your wand. What are you doing now?
I assume they're still coming at us.
Yeah, so roughly around 15 feet away, Vinny is now getting up and starting to move towards you, but he's not quite there yet.
Well, let's Let's do like I did in that very first battle where I used my life magic to enhance all the vegetation in the area to just wrap up around him while he's on the ground.
Oh yes, yes. Okay, absolutely. Do you have that rote, or is that just?
No, that I didn't. I don't have a rope for
Okay.
that.
No worries. Arete, difficulty 7. All right. Not too bad. As he starts trying to get up and move towards you, the bits and patches of life that have grown through the cracks in this church expand and grow and begin to twirl and wrap around his legs. And at this point, he is now immobilized, unable to move any further.
Good, perfect.
You do take 1 point of paradox for that, however. Vinny uses his claws to try and cut through those vines. Well, now vines. Mostly it's just a bunch of weeds and grass. He's gonna make a talon attack. Manages to get a good portion of it removed, but not all of it. He's still stuck having to deal with, lots of bits that are still around. Not enough successes. So that brings up Jezebel.
Okay. So am I near Nay and where Pip used to be?
Yeah, Peter has run off. He is booking it out of the church. But you are near Inea.
Okay. Let's see. I want to try to do like a shriek like that Melissa chick did, but to Gary and his friend.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Rolling your arete, difficulty. Well, it's going to be based on their willpowers, actually. Yeah, difficulty 5.
Difficult 5. Oh no.
Oh.
Oh no!
No. You're also going to want to because you have damage. You're going to want to add a dice pool modifier equal to your damage because you're rolling arete.
Oh, so -1.
Yeah. So roll. So just use the dice pool roll, and just roll one more with the same difficulty of 5.
Oh, I see. Hold on.
Yeah. See if we can counteract this one.
1 dice.
Yeah, just 1 die.
And variable target number is 5, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
That was a 7. All right.
I'm cool with 0. Not cool.
The effect doesn't take hold, and it fizzles out of your mind before you can grasp onto each of them and, scream into their brain.
It's cool. I just had to run and fight that, get scratched up by that big owl guy. so.
The shadowy owl with its missing left side of its face, one red eye scans the area and sees the situation, and it is going to try and save itself here. Let me just look through its like a gajillion charms. So. I think that's good. It is going to take this opportunity to actually it's getting hit by the it is trying to dodge all the wind weasels that are on it.
I was going to say, it should still have weasels trying to chew on it.
Yeah.
And slash it up.
It's trying to. Okay, so it is trying to deal with the spirits that are attacking it. It ends up taking a bit more damage, but soaks a good bit. It is hanging on by an ether of a thread. It almost feels like the room the air has gotten a little bit lighter. But the owl is starting to panic, and it doesn't know where it can go.
I want to kill it so bad. So bad. So bad. Oh my god.
Vesper,
Uh,
you are up.
do you have any way of contacting the people that are in charge of containment?
I mean, you have the ability to reach them if you wanted to try.
Would I do that instead of taking another action?
You could be your action, absolutely. You want to try and reach out to your handlers.
Well, I'd like to do both, but because was it Peter is running?
Yes.
I did want to radio it in. To say possible RD exiting the AO has released his target, and someone from containment moved to detain.
I'd say with your lingering, since you did get so many successes on that time effect, that you could probably do that and additional actions.
And then I would do that and then take another shot with the sniper, not specifically aiming for the head or anything, just helping to hit.
Okay. Yeah, difficulty 6. Or, yeah, difficulty 6. I think we did set a difficulty 4. So... Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, difficulty 4. You're within this normal range at this point. And it is being harmed by both physical and metaphysical means.
Three
successes. Excellent. Another bullet tears through and rips off one of its 2 wings. And it starts falling to the ground, losing its height. Inea, it's your turn.
Okay, I am content with the damage that is happening to asshole Owlman. So, this is gonna hurt so bad when this is all over with. I'm gonna cast another rote.
Okay.
Free the Mad Howlers.
Okay.
Brothers and sisters of the wild, hear my call. Rage is on the air. The pack is threatened. The hunt is on.
Good. Irritate plus
let's
spirit, difficulty 7.
Three successes. And I think
That's what you needed.
that's what I needed.
Alright, you collect another point of paradox.
This is gonna hurt so bad.
Okay. It's not always the burn. There can be other things that happen.
I,
as well.
I know, but whatever it is, it's gonna hurt. I can see that coming. I have 16 paradox. This is gonna hurt.
Ooh, baby, we gonna have to go back to the commune and get you some healing, Lord.
Yep.
Oh my God.
The Mad Howlers, the wolves that consider Inea part of their pack, part of their family even, manifest, and they leap into action. One of them looks a lot like Velvet.
Yay! I am sending them against Gary and company over there.
All right.
I just realized I didn't say where I wanted them to go.
No problem. So
Oh, my
the
weasels don't
wolves-
have a tile yet. Okay.
No, they're just weasels.
They're just weasels.
Wind weasels.
just-
I think you actually had a name. I've got it written down somewhere.
The Kaze no Kama,
Yeah.
which actually
notes.
means windblade, but
Yes. All right. Well, the Mad Howlers go after Gary, and
I said that wrong. It's wind sickles.
all right, yeah, 2 wolves come, 1 for each. One runs after Vidi, one runs after Gary, and without any real ability to prevent the attacks, they will attack. So one of them going after the smaller one attacking Carl. They end up taking a mauled amount of damage. And the one attacking Vinny, though he is dealing with plants at his feet, he manages to kind of duck dodge and get out of the way enough that he doesn't take any real damage. And Pip runs even further away. Okay, well, back to the top of this round here, Carl. A giant wolf has just jumped in between you and your enemy and seems to be taking control of that fight.
Okay.
Freeing you to do just about anything that you'd like.
I am going to construct a better bomb this time, and I'm going to lob it at the already hurt owl man.
Okay. Go ahead and... Oh, actually, I have to roll for you. Never mind. My bad.
Hopefully for the last time. Hopefully the last session, anyways.
What's that?
Hopefully for the last session.
Yeah. Yes. Difficulty on this is... Ooh, 5 successes, Carl.
About time.
Let's see if you throw it in the right space. Alrighty. So you toss this spirit grenade in the general direction of the stage. Doesn't quite get as far as you'd like, but it will do some damage. 5 successes. Okay. Inadvertently, you do end up hitting some of the weasels.
Oh.
It's not a targeted attack. You're throwing a grenade. But you do enough damage to the essence that is the physical creature of the owl that you see the one wing that's left deteriorate and dissipate into shadow, and the crooked, blighted form with talons and claws and beak begins to revert back to the more human form that is Ned, and he slumps and hits the ground, still unconscious, and the owl that has been such a part of his existence for so long seemingly fades away. Congratulations, Carl. You destroyed a spirit. As much as a spirit can be destroyed.
First thing I say is, I'm sorry, weasels.
You're going to have to pay amends to that.
I will definitely pay amends to that.
So Carl is now more, or not Carl, sorry. Ned is now more Ned than Ned. Um, but we're still in this moment. So, Charlie, what would you like to do?
Did that have any effect on the other two?
They are seemingly still sharded up, I guess. It's a terrible term. I apologize. I regretted it the moment it left my lips. But they are still yes, they are still
Shitty.
owls. They are still owls. They're a bunch of shitbirds. If you want to take a Trailer Park Boys reference there.
Yeah. Okay. I just want to squish them. I think that's a good idea. Is there something heavy I could like just put on top of them?
Lots of debris around here. You've got
Yeah, let's just like pile debris on top of them. Heavy stuff.
just a bunch of rocks. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Through your connection to the mycelial network and the various mildew, mold, and just other living plant life that's grown on various parts of the rocks and bricks in this church, you form your connection and you start throwing this at them. Go ahead and make a correspondence and just a arete roll. Difficulty 7. Normally this would require matter, but you're using life as a bridge, so that's still about the same.
Yeah.
All right, and Darth Charlie commands the Force to throw these rocks at Luke. Gary and Vinny. These are big, heavy rocks. They're gonna do some heavy bludgeoning and lethal damage, and I'm not even gonna calculate it. You managed to knock them both out, and they seemingly with broken bones, but fall unconscious and revert to a more human visage.
Oh, good. And this looks more like an accident.
I don't know. There's not a lot in this room that looks like an accident anymore.
You know, a little more correspondence magic and it could.
I suppose. Maybe
We can
put a
stand back and
few
check this
on
down
top of
if we need
dipshit
to.
over here. Maybe put a few of those on top of dipshit over here.
Possibly. As the haze of combat begins to fade, the energies that you've been summoning, the powers that you've been calling upon, they demand payment.
Nay would like
And-
to start backing away from everybody else. She's trying to get like into a sheltered corner or something.
Inea begins to feel, and all of you can feel, that draw and that pull of paradox. And it builds more and more. Let me just read over this one more time before I commit to terrible actions that no one wants.
Oh god, that's a lot of dice.
So first, the good news. You can take 7 of your paradox off of your wheel.
Okay, hit me where it hurts.
Hopefully you're not a crispy baby.
I would like to not be.
Got healing magic on standby.
This is gonna.
Cause that's gonna suck, bro.
Yeah. You gotta love glasses spots that just refuse to go away.
The paradox builds up and you can feel it starting to tear at your very essence. Your avatar almost pulls apart from your form, and it takes all your will to have kept this in this long. And you feel this intense scraping, burning at your hands. And you look down and you see on the backs and on the palms that they're bleeding uncontrollably, unstoppably bleeding. You feel raw, and you do take a bit of a burn. You know, you've got some damage there. Nothing that I'm going to say takes up anything on your health charts. But you definitely are a fountain of blood. Stigmata, almost, from your hands. And the blood just drips.
They just lets out this short scream that's almost more of a howl. Goes to her knees, and she's holding her arms out away from herself, and blood's just dripping. That's what she's got.
Standing there in the church, the 5 of you, victorious over Ned Calhoun and his goons. Victory is yours. At a price. What do you do?
Mr. will immediately radio in that we took care of the 3 hostiles and might need a medic.
You send out the message. You're not sure if it's getting out of the building. But
Yeah,
you do send it.
Somebody, go look for Jennifer.
Can I don't.
Let's see. That was about 3 rounds, which was exactly Carl, your data fight. They return, excitedly saying that they found something.
I ask some probing. Is it people?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Delicious people.
Delicious. Show the way.
All right. The 3 plates skitter further towards the west facade of the church, along the south wall. I assume, are you guys following?
Yeah.
Or what are we doing? Because you got unconscious people, and you've got these data fights, and they're heading in one direction.
And a bleeding party member.
Okay, quick question.
Yes.
Do we have like rope or something? Or like handcuffs maybe?
40
Zip
foot of
ties.
rope.
Zip ties? Yeah, something like that.
Zip ties in Nay's vest.
Yeah,
Okay,
Nay's
cool.
prepared for that sort of thing.
I'm gonna zip tie the 3 nutsacks. And
Well, that's
I
the
don't know
first
where
step
to
you got to
put
do
them.
before your castration, right?
I was gonna say we presume not literally. Jesse getting vengeful here.
I've had enough of Nazi bullshit, okay?
Oh,
I've had fucking enough, okay?
Nazis losing their nutsies here.
Fair enough.
It's what they deserve. Fuck them all.
Hey, yes. Oh my god.
I mean, fair enough.
Do
Fair enough.
not fuck with Jesse.
Never. Why would anybody want to? It's just-
It's a poor life choice. Let's just put it that way.
it is.
Talk
It
to me
absolutely
nice. Talk to me nice.
All right. So, where's everybody heading and doing? Ned's apparently had a heart attack and is unconscious, but not, doing much.
And I mean, do I have like bandages or something that I can put on Nay's hands? It's not. I can't.
Charlie does.
Heal. You do? Okay, cool.
You can bandage her hands. It definitely soaks through. It doesn't seem to heal.
Just wrap them thick enough that I'm not dripping all over everywhere.
I'll give you what I have.
All right. The data fights skitter further into the church. Is anybody going with them? Carl?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll follow.
Vesper?
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Jesse?
Yeah, I'm following as well.
Okay.
Once
Inea?
Charlie's done with Nay's hands, she'll also follow, but she's not doing great here. We're hemorrhaging, literally.
If everybody's gonna go, then I'll sit and stay with the unconscious ones and kind of, if possible, go and drag them to where the other unconscious people are. So I'm kind of in one group
Yeah,
at like
we
the
left-
front of the church.
We left 3 of them passed
Okay.
out in the other end of the church. Forget about that.
No worries. The 4 of you manage to traverse the debris and the broken furniture around and head towards the front, or what would be the front of the church. Following the data fights, you go to the left, and there is a door with a padlock on this side, keeping it closed.
I definitely pull out my phone just to check to see if there's any like magical traps or other.
Give me a perception and awareness check. I have your character sheet. Sorry. Habit.
I understand.
Three successes. Seems like it's a mundane door. with a padlock.
Okay. So I go for the doorknob and open her up.
Well, there's a lock on it. There's a
Oh, there's a
padlock.
lock.
Padlock, yeah.
Oh. How big of a padlock?
Pretty basic. Like
Pretty
for
basic.
your for your storage shed type of deal. Like this looks like
Yeah.
it was something that was drilled into the door from this side.
Gotcha.
And then padlocked.
So and this is like a wooden door, I take it?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to shoulder the door open.
Well, it opens outward, not inward.
Hell. Okay, well, all right. I take the one data fight that I have and I say, eat the lock, please.
Okay. Doesn't take long for them to weaken, and the lock itself just loses all its ability to be a lock, and it just falls open.
Unhook it. Now I open the door.
All right, swing the door open. There's a set of stairs going down. About halfway, it has a hard right angle turn to the left.
And I ask them, I say, down there?
They look up at you and
Yes, of course. We're taking you this way.
they skitter down the stairs.
I follow.
Okay. You get down the stairs and you take the turn to the left, and in a very darkened room with some tables and old children's drawings and toys kind of scattered about the room, you see two people in chairs back to back. You recognize one of them as Animus Vox, the other as a red-haired woman that you have seen the pictures of as Jennifer.
Okay. So just in case, I am going to scan the room with my phone and double check and make sure.
Okay, double, triple check. Excellent.
Yep. And as I'm scanning, I'm walking up to them.
Yeah. So, no successes, as far as the roll is concerned, but you don't sense or see anything that's crazy or unusual, other than two people tied to chairs in a darkened basement room.
How does Jennifer look, condition-wise?
Bloodied, beaten. Very much like the after effects of the last photo that you saw. Her face is swollen. Her hair is natted. Yeah, she's not in great shape.
I assume they're tied to the chairs, so I go for their bindings.
Animus looks up. He's like, "Oh, hey, you came. You rescued me. Oh, this is... wow. Sometimes you just never know how the world goes. This is beautiful."
Well, you can definitely thank the other people with me as well, because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here.
And Charlie, Jezzy, and Inea follow you in. And he looks over at Adam and is like, "I don't know you."
No, but I did talk to you before. I'm Jezzy, by the way.
I don't know.
I'm
But I
gonna
do
talk
know-
to him. I want to talk to him in his head.
His eyes light up. He's like, "Oh, that's new."
Oh, he should recognize.
Okay. Jennifer's like, she looks up, she looks around, she's like, oh, damn it. Hi, Jezzy.
Hey, Jennifer. I would ask you if you're okay, but I
No,
love you,
I'm
but you look like you're not okay.
I'm fucking great.
Are you?
Just
Well, let's get you home. Let's
get me out of here. I wanted to go
yes,
home a long time ago.
yes, please. Let's cut him up, cut him out, and cut him.
Okay. You managed to grab Animus Vox, Jennifer, and get them out of the church without any real issues. Vesper, you the right button. There we go. Vesper, you, when you get outside the church and you've dragged these unconscious bodies, now totaling 6 people, out of the church, Peter is nowhere to be found. You call in and you get your cleanup crew on the way, and you have the option to stay and be part of the cleanup, or, as the Night Hunters and Carl are, I'm assuming, wanting to do, not stick the fuck around for this.
Yeah, we need to exit stage left, like yes.
Vesper would probably stay around, because I think, but they kind of know whereabout they would end up going. So like fighting them again wouldn't be too hard. It's kind of more, the objective was Ned here.
Mm-hmm.
So technically the mission is over, so there's no need to kind of drag them down as they try to leave.
So in this moment, you are outside the church, the 5 of you. Vesper has informed you that the Technocratic Union is on its way with a cleanup crew. What are you guys doing here in this moment before you drive off?
Yeah, not sticking around for that.
No, I'm not sticking around for that, but I will say thank you for saving my life a couple of different times. I can't forget that.
Yeah, you were a lot of help. I appreciate it. Not so much the people you hang out with, but you were good at this.
Let me know if you find out anything about any aliens. I'll see you later.
Got it. Alright, y'all be safe.
Just text the group chat or whatever when you want.
Yeah.
That's good.
Okay.
So somebody else is gonna have to drive.
Yeah, I'll drive.
Keys are in my
Jizzy.
hip pocket.
Got you. Got you.
Jizzy takes the wheel, and now a whole new adventure begins. No.
Oh shit.
We're
Can I
cranking
stop
the
bleeding
tunes.
first?
Road trip. Let's go.
Right, this is the beginning of our Thelma and Louise adventure.
I'm pretty sure Jennifer's had her fill of adventure.
You know, enough is enough, boy.
Enough is enough. The 4 of you, 6 of you, if you count Animus and Jennifer, get into the vehicle and start driving away. And the camera will follow your license plate and red taillights as you leave this area of Seattle. As Vesper welcomes other men in black to this church, and the 6 individuals are taken into custody for debriefing. And we'll leave it at that for now.
Well, fine, I guess. Like, I guess.
You guess. Well, there you guys go. You survived, and there was a pretty hefty backlash on top of that.
Did we legitimately kill? Well, it's a spirit. Did we like kill the owl dude?
With your knowledge of spirit, a spirit of that type, I mean, spirits of all types can't necessarily be destroyed. They go back to an anchor point where they regrow.
Oh, good. Well, good riddance. Because fuck that guy.
But
Yeah, they'll spawn again eventually.
Yeah, he will.
It is
You
a
just
entity that
Camp
is,
spawn point.
it is an entity that has plagued mankind since they, fought back against the darkness to begin with. It's been there forever. So
I should send Velvet to go camp his spawn point. No, wait.
I mean, sure. I'll also get in on that too.
Yeah, I'm sure she would.
Okay. Well, we'll end this session here for tonight. We'll do some more post-game notes here in a moment, but I think this was fantastic. I think you guys did a great job. Everybody using their abilities and suffering some consequences, but
I mean,
some clever use of abilities have kept you from having too many bad consequences. So
we work really well together as a team. I just wanted
Yes.
to point that out. Like, holy shit. Well-oiled machine in these parts.
Well, when the dice are cooperating anyway.
When the dice.
Yeah.
We learned our lesson. Always use willpower.
it helps. It helps. Get you that one success to kind of stave things off. All right. Well, we'll be back in a second.
Okay.
But thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Alrighty. So, just wanted to recap on notes or anything, and award some experience points to everybody. I decided that it would probably be nice to let you know where your experience is coming from and how it's being spent to all this. So everybody gets one automatic experience point for being here. There's also, I actually have the notes up here. Pull that up specifically. I do this every week, but you're not here for it. So. 1 point for learning curve. So characters who truly learn something new, important, or significant. So does anybody feel like they've done that? You should be able to explain like what knowledge has changed your character's like world. Sometimes this would be like, like Vesper maybe seeing another side to reality deviance in this type of game, kind of a learning curve of like, hey, you know what, maybe these guys aren't so bad.
I was just going to say, Nay is kind of feeling that way about Vesper specifically, despite his affiliation with the technocracy. I don't know if it was world-changing for her, but...
Well, I mean, at least a shift in viewpoint.
Yeah,
Right.
she's willing to allow that he may not be the jackbooted thug that she was kind of thinking of them as.
Yeah.
That they might be trustworthy to watch her packs back when they're all out in shit situations.
Yeah, absolutely. Another criteria is role playing. Usually in these combat heavy settings, there's not as much of that, but sometimes there's some choice moments. I don't think we had too much, although we did have the Kamehameha moment, and the but that might fall more under the heroism. And then focus. Basically, because belief and practice are so important to a mage, a player who really gets into the way her character performs magic, who plays up to their magical beliefs, and uses their instruments in clever and appropriate ways can get a point. And I think that's true of all 5 of you. So I think focus is part of there. And I think also heroism. I think all of you had a kind of a solid heroic moment here. So in this case, it looks like I'd say all of you get 4 points. So
Nice.
Cool.
and that's how you accumulate so much so quickly, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and make that note on your sheets. You guys don't have to do anything about that. I just wanted to talk about that. Any notes that you like to have here?
For me in particular, and
Yeah.
my avatar, be careful what you ask for.
Oh, yeah. Winky's a trickster.
I think for Nay, she needs to be more prepared against spirits. So this is something that the thought that she had kind of in the middle of all of the shit going down. She should have enchanted her knife again, and she didn't. So that's something she's going to want to do when she has functional hands again.
Yes.
With Nay, it's always the hands. Like when that Melissa bitch screwed you up, it was the hands.
So
And now you have
background
this.
on the hands thing. Nay she was at Standing Rock. And she's always been a journalist. So that requires a step back from the action in order to report it.
Mhm.
So that fight was the first time she'd ever gone in with more than a fist, and she'd actually taken a life. So when Melissa fucked her head up, that's what she focused on. And she was totally doing the Lady Macbeth thing.
Yes, I peeped that. Out, damn spot.
Yes.
All day.
That's what the hand washing was about. And I'm kind of assuming that this is connected to that because they're so closely close in time. But yeah, so, and the other thing is her total obsession with keeping her pack safe, which is where we got the door locking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
there's
love how
bits of
you
that
played that.
So yeah, bits of that, I won't say psychosis, but those derangements definitely play into the elements of quiet that will sometimes come to the forefront when dealing with paradox. And like I said, you can deal with paradox by just straight up doing damage to a person, or having strange effects change their body, or change things around them. Charlie is an example of that with their mushrooms. Stigmata is another classic sort of thing. Could have manifested it in a it wasn't a large enough explosion of paradox. There's only 7 points discharged, so that was like pretty minor. It could be way worse, and that would be, and this is one of those where it was borderline of summoning either a hobgoblin or maybe even a being sent to a paradox realm. But that would be like much more than 7. Like if there was a discharge, like if I rolled 16 dice, and I did, and they were all successes,
God.
you might have just disappeared from reality.
Oh my god.
So,
Yeah.
but we didn't
I
get
was-
there.
I was kind of sweating that because I was like 16. That's a lot of freaking paradox. This is gonna hurt so bad.
It
kinda
rolled
didn't-
in the middle, so
Yeah, it did, and I'm okay with that because I lost not quite half.
Mhm. Yeah.
And okay, that takes some pressure off now, but except that I'm leaky.
yeah.
Not leaky.
Yeah, that might last a few days, or more. Who knows? We're still waiting to see how long Charlie's mushrooms, take.
The mushroom thing.
It's harder and harder to get further away from as you delve further into the arts. Let's see. We know that Cindy's not available for next week, so
No.
Oh yeah,
Um,
I'm not either. I have to go to a meeting for a LARP thing.
LARP. What LARP?
Oh,
Refuge LARP. I'm NPCing. I don't know much about it.
Okay.
My hairstylist invited me to go, so I was like, "Fuck yeah, let's try it."
Is your hair changed? It's hard to see. This. Yeah, there we go. That's it.
Blue
I-
you
Oh,
talked about.
I know we talked about
That's
it last week.
cool.
Nice.
I like it.
Very
Thanks,
nice.
man. It's really cool. I like it a lot.
Any notes from you, Alix? Anything that you want to think about and move forward with?
So Jezzy is really liking the effect of joy and wants to make that something permanent. Like through study or learning more about mind magic, what have you. That
Mhm.
ability is something she's really, really
With the joy, you can definitely do a lot more with your mind effects, and really, that seems like that might be the beginnings of a seeking. I know you and Inea are both kind of on my radar for that, since you've got the experience, and you should be looking to increase your arete, which will allow you to raise mind and spirit beyond 3. So
that's where her head is at.
yeah.
That in I don't know how this will play like mechanically. I do know that the thing with Aunt Mabel is still on her head, and it's sort of changing the way that she's thinking about like home and trust and stuff. And I feel like she is now feeling more as though she has to learn to trust herself rather than like the people who brought her up, because they are human and fallible and they fuck up, sometimes egregiously.
Yes.
So yeah, that's where her head is at there.
Absolutely.
That reminded me. So Nay is also thinking about the thing with Mabel. So on the drive home, and this is just a note for next time. On the drive home, she will offer for everybody to go to her sanctum instead of the commune, if anybody's would prefer that.
Have we seen Nay Sanctum?
Mm-mm.
New Naylor. Naylor.
I mean,
This means I have to think about that.
yeah, that's your homework. Think about your
Let's
sanctum.
go.
I will need to know, Tim, and this can happen in a message or whatever. I will need to know as far as size limits and that kind of thing.
Yeah, I can send that to you. Easy enough. It shouldn't be too difficult.
I don't
sounds
imagine
like
it
it's
will
your
be.
home. Yeah.
Yeah, it's effectively where Nay lives.
Yeah. Billie, anything that you are looking forward to, or have anything that you wanted to address from this session?
Not off the top of my head.
No problem. I think you still have some issues to work out with Cal, so that's an idea. Wim, you are getting back into the fold with the Technocratic Union here. Not that you were ever out of the fold, you were on a mission. But anything on your mind?
well, I don't think the Vesper really, like, at least to the Technocratic Union, satisfactorily cut off their family.
Hmm. True,
because
you're
they
still in
got
that
very
process.
much interrupted by the fire and quote unquote. So
Wrong place, wrong
that's-
time, right
yeah.
actions. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think they absolutely hated going to the commune. Like that was like slightly traumatizing.
Creepy puppet
But-
and all.
Yeah, but they really appreciate the fact that because they're technically on a mission, they can kind of put pushing away the family on hold. Because it's like, I have to have these conversations, but like, there was an urgent mission. They also, because they were doing such a bad job with talking to people, that whatever they got, like with the maze, with being able to save, Carl,
Mhm.
like all that of just really wanting to feel useful, and having that mostly be in solving puzzles by throwing themselves in it first, and in fights by throwing themselves at it first. Which might end up continuing to be a trend.
Yeah, definitely. And Scott, anything beyond Winky as a trickster?
Not at the moment. I'm trying to get a couple of things churning in my head, and I may be asking you some questions later.
Absolutely. Definitely, not just in this encounter, but in everything that's built up, I would say that you would certainly recognize a kindred spirit with Inea. You guys are doing things very similarly. Though
Right.
she seems to be more like urban shaman with, one foot in the past, one foot in the future, and you're definitely kind of there with technology.
Right. And it seems like my magic may take a small turn as well. Because even though it was very weird and it didn't help at all, for some reason that whole Winky situation really started to get me thinking.
Yeah, definitely.
Love it when the
Alrighty.
dice rolls and the role play kind of take you places with your character development in your head.
Kind of where it goes. All right, so definitely no session next week for the group, although, and I think the next group-like session will probably be more of a epilogue type, as you have just defeated like the big bad of this book and the last book. But this would pretty much end book 7, or the next group session will. And then
Did we
start...
did it? We did it!
Hey, 7th story arc finished. Yay.
No shit.
Well, like I said, next one, because that one's going to be more... It's kind of weird, because they kind of go and, like, there's always this kind of epilogue/prologue moment. So... And that's where we award different experience points for concluding a chapter, or not chapter, a story.
We're probably about do a character maintenance session too, right?
That's kind of where I'm leaning in, is that there might be some private seeking sessions where, maybe we don't meet as a group, but one Monday it's me and Billie, and then maybe the next Monday we might actually have some kind of a longer period where we're not meeting as a group as often, as we kind of grab individual stories and do some seekings. Like I said, especially for Jezebel and Inea, you're due for sure.
Exciting stuff.
Exciting stuff. So I will be in contact with each of you for various scheduling of things and moving forward with your characters and figuring out where we go next.
Awesome.
So
Sounds good
that's
to me.
where we're at. So thank you for playing with me tonight. As I know this one ran pretty long, but you guys
I
accomplished,
regret nothing.
Yeah, right.
you accomplished a mighty feat, and Seattle is going to be grateful for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happy Seattle.
Oh, that's right. We have that meeting with the tribunal too.
Right.
We got to do that.
Yes. Okay,
You got
cool.
some bona fides under your belt now, though. So
Now we do.
yeah.
Now we do.
All right.
They better not bitch too much.
I hope not. Anyway, have a great night. Thank you for being here,
Good
and
night,
we'll see you next time.
everybody.
All right,
Bye.
Good night.